Adiga, this is not coffee. It's a bubbly. I cannot drink coffee at night anymore. The wife has laid the law down and said no more coffee after 4 or 5, even earlier than that if you can. So trying to work on my deep sleep stuff, and I occasionally will have a coffee, especially on Sunday nights, Thursday nights. A lot of my nights I'm drinking coffee all day long, and it's probably affecting the way that I sleep. I know it's affecting the way I sleep, but I try to be stubborn, and yeah. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Whoop whoop. Let me just hop over here and say welcome into the live. Drop a line if you're feeling fine. So corny. All right, dropped it. Can I pin that? Pin it. Boom. All right, let's go ahead and get this ball rolling. How's everybody doing? I know I already asked you that, but I'm curious. How's it going? I'm super tired right now. I just got done with my run probably about an hour ago, a little less than an hour ago. It was a recovery run, but I don't know what that means. So I just run until I'm finished with the time based on what my coach gave me. And I'm supposed to keep it in a certain heart rate zone. But as soon as I walk out my door, my heart rate's already elevated and over the threshold of where it should be. So I'm just like, I'm just going to run. I'm just going to run for the amount of time that it specifically says on my training app. And that's what I do. It's probably not beneficial because somebody explained it to me. I'm trying to get my body trained to be like an efficient electric vehicle. Like it's just, I can go fast, but yet save energy and hone everything in versus how I'm running lately or how I've ran in the past. I run like I'm running on jet fuel, and that little spark of jet fuel only gets you so far. So I kind of want to be running efficiently, conserving energy and sustaining, and to be able to go longer distances. And yeah, I don't know if I'm doing a good job of keeping my heart rate down. So I've just been kind of beasting these runs out and not paying attention to any of that. But the coach keeps giving me thumbs ups and says I'm really laying down some bricks and he's proud of me. And so it makes me feel kind of that I'm doing the right thing because he hasn't told me any different. So I'm feeling like I'm on the right path, I hope. So I sure want a coffee now, but can't drink the coffee. All right, let's get into some dirt. I don't know about you guys, but I really dislike fighting with my significant other, my wife. I hate fighting with my wife, and I don't know if you guys fight with your significant other, but man, it's draining. It is hard. It is heavy. I hate hurting feelings, and I hate confrontation. I just don't like it, and it really sucks the life out of you. Me and my wife got in a fight 2 days ago, and we're slowly recovering from that debacle. But here's the thing. It's challenging because there's one thing about me that my wife always comments on is I have a lack of empathy. And I don't know why I'm that way. I just am. My empathy is weird. It's like people crying makes me uncomfortable. Just like I don't know how to comfort those things. And it's hard. And I wish I was more empathetic, but if I see somebody who's struggling, I try to do my best to help them. It's not like I'm a cold-hearted son of a gun, because I'm not. I actually have a heart. I care about things. I am compassionate and passionate. It's just there's this weird thing with empathy that I suck at. I just suck at it. And it's just, I don't know how to say the right things. The things that I do say tend to make everything 100 times worse. If in my mind, though, I think I'm saying something profound, but it actually ends up being extremely worse. And it sucks, man, because I wish I had the gift of gab and know when not to say anything. And that's what I've tried to do in the past too, like keep my mouth shut. But then staying silent causes issues too. So it's like, man, I got to work on the empathy. And I don't know if you can work on that or not. I have to research it. I just don't know. I think I'm this way because I've been this way for almost 50 years, and I'm probably going to be this way forever. But hopefully I can research it and figure some things out so I can be a little bit more empathetic. But yeah, so it sucks. It sucks fighting. It sucks being in that space. We got in a fight right before I had to go to work, and so it was my whole day at work is just like bleh, and that energy is just terror. I hate it, and it's like I want to just hurry up and say sorry and hug it out and just be done and not have to linger in the chaos. But some days we have to linger for a little while, and yeah, so definitely be praying. So what's up, Dash? How you doing, man? Appreciate you hopping into the live. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate you hopping in. You're a good dude, man. I appreciate you. But I can't drink coffee now, Dash. I'm drinking the bubbly. Not the bubbly because I'm in recovery, but I'm drinking the beverage bubbly. I really like the lime flavors. These are good. I'm more of a LaCroix kind of guy because I'm bougie, but I'll suffice with the bubbly for now because we're out of LaCroix. But yeah, I definitely enjoy the lime. I do not like the key lime LaCroix. That one tastes disgusting to me. But I definitely like just the plain lime soda water, man. It's good. Yeah, man, the seltzers. That's where it's at. I don't drink regular soda or energy drinks or things like that, but I do drink a crap ton of these seltzer waters, man. So, yeah. Yeah, the LaCroix is whoop whoop. Especially the lime. Do not drink the key lime. That one is so disgusting. I thought it was a lime, and I cracked it open, and I was super thirsty, and I guzzled it, and I was like, I think this stuff is rotten, and I noticed it wasn't the right one, so it was so gross. You never had any soda? Yeah, man, good on you. Soda is terrible. Actually, I take that back. One thing that I love is when I run long distances and I put in a lot of miles, having a flat Coke is so good. It refuels you, it gives you enough sugars, and it's just replenishes you. And I love me a flat Coke after a very long run. Preferably from Taco Bell or something. You get it from the soda machines. You just let it sit while you go run for a couple hours. You come back and it's like, oh man, a flat Coke is so good. But yeah, I'm excited. This past Thursday, the 19th, we had our 19th year anniversary for Celebrate Recovery at Sun Valley Gilbert campus. Amazing. 19 years of Celebrate Recovery at that campus, which is awesome. Just in my mind, just thinking about the impact of having people coming to that Celebrate Recovery for 19 years and how that affected the entire community and the lives that it's impacted and touched. It's just awesome. And so we had a big hoop de blah. I don't know if that's not a word. We had a big shindig. We had a big party, a celebration. And I got to actually, while I was trying to navigate and run production, I was also going up and sharing my mini-moni. We had 4 individuals share their mini-moni, and a mini-moni is just a condensed version of your testimony, and you get up there and you kind of share that. And you're just sharing hope. That's all it is, but in a very condensed format. And I got to share mine, and I'm excited because we filmed everything. So I'm gonna cut together my specific mini-moni and testimony, and I think I'm gonna do a video and share that mini-moni with all of you guys. And I think it would be a cool video to do. I'm excited about it. A little nervous too, because I get into some deets that, highlight some of my carnage that happened to me, in my life. So it's kind of vulnerable, being vulnerable and sharing it, but it's okay. I like sharing a little bit of experience, strength, and hope with fellow people. And if it is challenging and hard, it's okay. I'm going to get through it. It's no big deal. I talk about my carnage all the time. So, but it's just it's in a video format. So I'm going to share that with you guys. That's what I'm going to, actually, roads are closed. New York's is in a shutdown. What the heck? That's right. You are in New York. Why? What's going on, man? I got to check out the news. I don't watch the news or catch up on current events in the news, and I kind of feel bad about it, but man, the news is just so depressing, and I just get wound up, and it just puts a sour taste in my mouth every time I watch the news. But you got to stay up to date on current events. I had no idea New York City is in a shutdown. Is it the weather? Because of the snow, ice? What's going on, man? It's crazy. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna cut together that video and then share it with all of you guys, and I'm excited to, and I think it'll be fun. I'll come up with a creative way to tie the video into another video, so there's just not my mini-moni, and it'll be something a little more creative, and I got the ball rolling on that. And then this past Saturday, or yesterday, we have Celebrate Recovery, the official Celebrate Recovery organization, like the mothership of Celebrate Recovery. I am in cahoots with their production team and stuff like that, and their creative team. And, I did a bunch of stuff for, Summit with our Celebrate Recovery, and then Celebrate Recovery official, liked what I was doing, and they're like, hey, have you ever thought about, providing your skill set and wanting to help us with like videos and things of that nature? And I said, heck yeah, man, whatever I can do to help utilize my gifts that God has given me to share experience, strength, and hope for Celebrate Recovery official, then I'm all for it. So Celebrate Recovery, the official, I feel weird saying this a whole bunch of times, but they're here in town doing a training conference, and I got to go capture a bunch of B-roll and hang out with them for the day. And it was a lot of fun, and got to learn a bunch of cool stuff from some of the leadership there at Celebrate Recovery. And then I got to utilize my skill set to help capture some dope B-roll and share that, and it was a lot of fun. So it was a long day. It was from like 6:30 in the morning, and I think we got done at like 4:30. So it was a very long day. Yeah. And then what else? Yeah, so that's awesome. So done a bunch of Celebrate Recovery stuff this past week, and then also this weekend. And my heart's full, when I get to do stuff like that, share, do something creative to help share. It like fills my tank. And so my tank is full of a bunch of love, recovery, and it's awesome. So that's pretty much everything that's happened. My running has been going good. I'm not recovering like I probably should. I kind of switched some days around and been pushing it, but it's going good. My legs feel really heavy right now. And speaking of heavy, for whatever reason, my scale always says I weigh 185 pounds. Doesn't matter. It's just always saying. I thought the scale was broken, but it's not, because I put my kids on there. Their weights change and fluctuate. But for whatever reason, I cannot go lower or higher than 185. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm 6 foot. That's my height. 185 is not where I would like to be as far as my weight's concerned. I mean, it's not a terrible weight, and it's like I don't feel unhealthy. I have some areas of my body that I kind of want to tighten up, especially like the inflatable tire around my gut. I want to get that a little tightened up. But for the most part, I cannot get under 180. I mean, and my wife is probably 100% correct when it says you got to change the way that you're eating, which is kind of in the realm of why her and I got in a fight and all that stuff. But yeah, we don't have the healthiest. I was plant-based for like almost 7 years. Just ate nothing but plant-based food. And then I got off plant-based and been starting to eat meat and all that stuff again. But even when I was plant-based, I still weighed the same. Like my weight never, that's not true. When I did the 90 hard, I lost about 20 pounds. But man, I was really pushing it then, and I was plant-based then too, I think. So, yeah, but maybe I need to go back to a healthier diet of sorts. My wife says it's probably because I eat the same things all the time, and it's not really affecting my body and allowing me to weigh less than 185, no matter how hard I'm pushing, because I'm putting in some miles now. And I know it takes time for your body to adapt to that, and I really shouldn't be focused so much on the weight. But what I'm thinking about, when you're a runner and you're trying to become a faster, more efficient runner, weight is critical. I mean, because if you were to think about it, every time your foot strikes the ground, that's like 1,000,000 pounds of or I forget what it is. I used to know the numbers off the top of my head, but it's just an extremely large amount of impact causing to your joints, your legs, your ligaments, your muscles. All that stuff is huge. So in a course of running long distances, if you just shave off a pound or half a pound or stuff, it makes the world of difference as far as lessens the impact of that, where your foot strikes and it's causing your body to absorb that impact. The lighter you are, the less that the carnage is that's your body's taking when you're lighter, obviously. So for whatever reason, man, I can't get below 185 here. And I've just been stuck there for a while. And I'm getting sad because I kind of, and this is, my wife thinks I'm crazy, but I kind of want to be around 150-ish. I would love to weigh 155, 155 would be primo for me, but that's 30 pounds. I don't know how I would shed off 30 pounds. Oh man, I just can't even think about it, but I don't know. So going back to the drawing board, maybe hit my coach up, ask him what his thoughts are, but for the most part, it's a bummer, man. I can't seem to drop weight, but maybe it's all the seltzer water I'm drinking. So, Yeah. And that's kind of what's been happening this week. It's been kind of a chill week, a lot of celebratory stuff happening, a lot of worked a lot, and so things are good, man. I'm too blessed to be stressed, too grateful to be hateful. I'm excited to share my mini moni with you guys, and I'm going to get that cut together, chopped up, and share it with you. I think it'll be a really cool video, something that's, sharing some hope. And yeah, so yeah, right. 6 foot, 150. I know, man. That's exactly what my wife said, dude. She thinks it would be nuts if I weighed 155. Too skinny. I used to be because I used to be a competitive runner, and I was on a marathon team. I ran a lot. I put in like 100-mile weeks, and I was around 148, 150-ish at like 6 foot, and I think I was like 6% body fat. I was just, maybe I'll throw some pictures up here and show you. Like, I was a lean, mean running machine. But my wife thinks I'm at a healthy weight right now, 185 at 6 foot. She likes a little bit of girth on me, I guess. Girth isn't the right word. Just a little bit of muscle definition, I guess, which I would probably lose a lot of that if I got down to 155. But yeah, but as far as like me being a runner, it would be awesome. I have some friends that are like super skinny. They're like 138, and I'm just like, man, if I could weigh 138, I would be so fast. But man, yeah. But yeah, so for those that are new or tuning in and that are new to the channel, my name is Jason. I kind of share every Sunday. I go live. I share what's happening in my life and during the week. Catch you guys up on fun stuff and exciting stuff and not so fun stuff. Get into some of the weeds of my life and share all that with you guys. And then I also dive into the back end of my YouTube and share the analytics with you guys. I could probably already tell you that the channel's I haven't really posted a video besides going live. I haven't posted anything for almost 3 weeks now. So that really like hits that algorithm, and yeah, it slows things down for my channel if I'm not constantly posting stuff. But I have no desire. I kind of only want to post things when I feel motivated to create something. I haven't really been motivated to create much, which, sucks when you love creating and wanting to put stuff on YouTube. But being a full-time videographer and being a very hardworking full-time videographer, editor, a lot of times I just don't even want to pick up my camera, so therefore I'm not creating stuff for my own enjoyment to post on YouTube. And it's kind of a cop-out because I could do it. There was times I was posting a video every day for like 3 months, and they weren't the most spectacular videos, but I was kind of doing like a daily vloggy type thing, and it was a lot of fun. But it really wears on you for doing it every single day for like 3 months. And then I started the 90 hard challenge, and then posting every day kind of took a back seat because I just didn't have energy to do both those things. So now I'm kind of in a once every couple weeks I'll post a video, and so that really kind of jacks up your channel a little bit because you don't have content constantly turning and burning on there, and it needs content to kind of help find your audience. And so so the channel's probably has slowed down a little bit, but we'll get into it. We'll dive into the numbers here, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, I'm gonna minimize this. So for those, I won't be able to see the chat, so I'm not ignoring you if you're dropping things in the chat, but I won't be able to see it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and minimize this so I can hop over here do picture in picture. I think I got all my tech issues fixed. Last week was just a tech nightmare. My audio wasn't working. My video died. There was a lot happening that I just couldn't figure out. But I think things are solid right now, so I'm happy for that. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up YouTube and we'll go ahead and get started in these analytics. Open up the YouTubers. Pop this open. All right. Here lately, I've been watching tons of climbing videos because I love alpinist type content. So I'll watch like people that are climbing mountains and running videos. So those are like, yeah, I'm enjoying those types of videos, and people are putting some good stuff out there. One of the ones that I watched not too long ago was King of Moab, and it's about this runner who's just a beast, man. This guy is phenomenal. He's from California, but he's an ultra runner. It was a really good doc style type video of him running a race, which he did win. So the Moab 240, and he killed it, and it's inspiring to see that. So all right, let's go ahead and open up my YouTube studio. And then we'll go into analytics. All right, so as of now, the last 28 days, my top 3 are 16,000 views, 135 watch hours, and 19 new subscribers. That's so awesome. All right. And then, so yeah, but what I like to do is compare this week to the previous week. So I have to go up to the settings here and dial in a custom view. And it's this, so this is this week. Hit apply. All right. Now this is pretty average for me. This is what I would say an average this is what I would say an average week is for me. My top 3, anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 views. If I'm posting content and it's getting traction, then it's usually gets up to like 6,000, 7,000 views a week. But this is where I'm at on an average. 26 watch hours and 3 new subscribers. Yeah. So for those 3 new subscribers, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. I greatly appreciate it. All right, now what I want to do is compare this week to the previous week. So you have to go up here to advanced mode. Let's go up here. And then you have to go add comparison over here. And then, oh, let me put this on the bottom. All right, sorry about that. And then let's go to period over period. And then hit add. All right, so this week, yeah, like last week, I got 8,000 views. This week, I got 2,000 views. So a little bit of a decline, which is fine. There was a lot of views last week because this one video was just turning and burning again. So that got tons of views the past week, which was crazy. And then, but I haven't really posted anything new, so it doesn't really have anything. But a lot of my older videos are getting some traction, so that's really cool. But yeah, so a little bit of a decline, back to average. This is not average, this is a lot. My channel's small channel vibes, so it's normally not getting that many views, but this is where we are on an average. So we're getting back down to average. So we'll hop over to watch time. So I had 26 watch hours this week and then 51 the previous week. So again, pretty average. This is pretty average for me. This is not average. So let's go to subscribers. So 5 subscribers, which is cool, which is a lot. but average is 2 to 3 subscribers a week. That's where I'm at. And so that's awesome. So that's where we are. That's the top 3, and that's what I love to compare. It is a little bit of a decline back to average this week compared to the previous week. So, all right, now let's dive. There is some things that I like to geek out on and look at. Now that we're done with the comparison, I'll remove comparison, and we'll just look at some of the cool stuff that I think is cool, like geography. All right, not a huge list because not a lot of views this week, but we got United States, India, Indonesia. They're usually in the top 5 always. Canada, which is cool, Germany, United Kingdom, Australia, and Saudi Arabia. Whoop whoop. That's fun. That is so cool. Still worldwide, baby. I love it. It would be crazy if I wasn't getting views anywhere but the United States, which would be totally cool. But I like seeing that people from all over the world are kind of tuning into some of the stuff I create, which is fun. That's awesome. All right, now I go to viewer age. Here we are. A little bit smaller of a spectrum this week. So 25 to 34-year-olds typically is the average of, or the most of the people that consume my content. And then we go all the way from 18 to 45 to 54, which is, this is my age bracket. So that's cool. Let's go to viewer gender. Woo, 82% male, 17% female. So yeah, that's typical. Anywhere from 65 to 70% is male viewership to female viewership. And then what else? All right, device type, mobile phone. Always mobile phone. It gets most of the views, so, or pretty much majority of them. But people watch from computers, tablets, TVs, which is pretty neat to see that. And then operating system, Android. I don't think iOS is ever going to be back on the top spot. I don't see it happening. They were for a while there, but they kind of been out of the race for a minute. So, all right, and this is all the other platforms and operating systems that people are tuning in, which is super cool. Some of them I don't know, but it's cool. People are watching on a Nintendo Switch. That's really cool. Smart TVs, Macintoshes, Windows. I mean, a lot of this information is super cool if I were to take this data and actually start tailoring my videos and present it to the masses of what it is that people like, the videos that are getting a lot of traction, like create that type of stuff. Use these metrics to kind of hone in my videos specifically, so I'm creating stuff for my audience. But here's the thing. I do create content because I love to create content and share it with all of you guys who I consider my audience, and I love it. But I like creating content and doing things that I like and build the audience to specifically enjoy these weird one-off videos that I'm doing about weird stuff. So to include these lives. And, to me, that seems like a more organic way to not set people up to be something I'm not, and oh, I thought you were this type of creator and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, this is me, and the people that have been following my journey seem to be in step with it, and it feels more authentic to me to do it this way versus if I were to be like a gear review kind of guy. It's not where my passion is. It's not what I enjoy doing. I do I do create gear review type videos, but more specifically just my experience with that gear versus me just talking about, oh, the new latest and greatest thing that came out. So, but there's way more creative creators that create stuff like that would be funner to watch than my actual videos. So, all right. So that's pretty much it. That's all I kind of look at. Now we'll get out of this, and then what I do is just look at the top performing content. Seems like this video got 618 views. It was a short. And what I typically do is take my long form videos, I chop them down to the shorts, and then I post those throughout the week sporadically. So, yeah. But these are some older videos that I've done that have gotten a little bit more views, which I find super motivating and inspiring that some of my older content is getting viewed. And then, not a lot of view time though. This one got the most, but I bet that's only a minute video to begin with. So yeah, interesting. But yeah, let's take a look at this video. That's gotten almost 6,000 views. That is crazy. That's so fun. I like seeing this graph kind of like go bloop, 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 and then, you know, in the last 100 days, it's jumped up from like 3,000 all the way up to like 6,000, almost 3,000 views, which is crazy. That's so cool. All right, what else? I guarantee you there's some haters in here, like if we were to look at the engagement, which is fine. Well, only one person disliked. That's good. I find that no matter what, I at least have 2 or 3 people dislike my videos. Some, I got like the most I've gotten on a video is like maybe 10, 15 dislikes, which kind of hit you in the old. It's like, man, why did you dislike it? But it's cool. People are free to dislike, and they don't have to like something, because I could have misled them, and it could happen. Try to avoid that, but all right, what else? Well, that's it. I don't think I have. Yeah, this is a short night. I'm tired. Wanted to keep it relatively short and just kind of share some of that good news about Celebrate Recovery. I am working on a video to post to share my story, so I'm excited about that. So stay tuned for that. And then, yeah, let me get back to here. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Should be an awesome video. And let me just get out of that. Pull this back open. All right. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I don't think I have anything else. I gotta clean up this space, get it back to living conditions. This is my little studio. Ever since my wife started her business, I lost my filming space. So I kind of made this my filming space now. And it takes me about a half hour to set up lights and get it all set up and situated, you know. So gotta clean it up after I'm done. The whole gear setup and tear down, you know, rope-a-dope. But I enjoy it too, because it helps keep me, you know, it helps keep me moving and, you know, functional, and it's good. It's good for you to stay productive and busy and get familiar with setting things up, setting up lights, setting up gear, making sure it works when you're not having tech issues, stuff like that. But all right, well, that's all I have. Thank you guys so. Oh, I found this cool way. So I'm excited about this. So yesterday I had to film that event, and everybody else had Canons. I'm the only guy who's shooting on a Sony in this realm of where I'm working. So I found a way to actually get Canon colors on my Sony, which is fun. to like, because we do have Canons at the office, and sometimes, you know, we shoot dual like that, and it's, you know, you can just tell when you go to edit things, throw it into post, and you can just tell the difference between Sony footage and Canon footage. So I found this really cool. Maybe I'll share it sometime later. Maybe I'll do a video on it, because I think it's pretty cool that I was actually able to get Canon colors on my Sony. And I think it turned out pretty cool. I think it turned out good, because I did a comparison just to look, and it was pretty close. I mean, a little bit redder on the skin tones than the Canon was, but not by much. So yeah, I find that super cool. This is kind of nerdy stuff, but yeah. Anyway, all right. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. David Dash, appreciate you for hopping in to the live. Thank you so much. If you're checking this out at a later time, thank you for hopping into the video. I appreciate you guys, and I'll go ahead and get out of here. All right. With that being said, I'm out. Yeah.